All right, this looked interesting. Apparently there's something going viral on TikTok about a Doordash girl who got sexually assaulted. I've looked at this story already. I haven't looked into every single avenue of it, but based on the outside, it's going to be one of those cases where it's a little bit. I'm just not buying it, and you'll see what I mean. But before we get into it, there's the original video that we're going to be watching, and, yeah, so let's see what we got.
Here it is.
Alright, so, here's the original video. A man named Austin orders DoorDash, selects the option to have ordered left at door, sees the DoorDasher, me, a female name, which is a bit of an assertion that you made. We don't know if it is or isn't a female name. We don't know for sure yet. Falls asleep on couch with his pants and underwear to his ankles and his front door wide open in 59 degrees. So this is what I have to leave the door with. Alright, yeah, okay, so, the original video, for context, by the way, the original video was taken down. Like, she uploaded the TikTok, and then it was deleted. She literally showed this guy, like, fucking, like, near naked. It's actually, like, kind of fucking insane. I'm pretty sure his, like, boxers were down or whatever. And, my thoughts on this is, I think this is inappropriate. This guy was more than likely drunk. You know, he probably drank a lot. He ordered DoorDash, and then he, just fucking was, like, knocked out drunk completely. I would say it's inappropriate. And if he wasn't able to order DoorDash anymore as a result of this, I would totally understand that. But here's the problem that we're going to have going into this story. It's not sexual assault. This is not what sexual assault is. It could be voyeurism. Voyeurism's uncomfortable. But, like, I remember hearing someone back in the day being like, voyeurism is sexual assault to my eyes. And I'm like, okay, girl. Is that not an insult to people who have been sexually assaulted? Is that, like, not insulting to those people? So, yeah, that's the problem that I'm going to have going into it. Is there anything else to talk about?
That's fucked up.
Alright, yeah, I mean, it's fucked up. It's definitely gross. I will say it's gross and it's inappropriate. Like, that's inappropriate to expose somebody else to that. And like I said, if DoorDash banned him from ever ordering food again, that would probably be proportionate. But that's about it. This is not sexual assault. That's the problem, is that, like, this woman is claiming that she was violently assaulted by this guy, essentially. Or that's the energy that she's coming at this with when she says that it's SA. So she uploaded a series of TikToks in response to this. We're going to watch all of them. There's, like, 6 TikToks in response to this. So, yeah, let's go.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for, like...
That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. It wouldn't make sense for a job policy to be like, I wasn't sure of the policy, so I shouldn't call the police or get the police involved. If you are being sexually assaulted, you need to go to police. You know, like, coming forward about it online like this, I really don't think is doing yourself any favors whatsoever. Like, again, we talk about sexual assault culture, you know, coming forward with stories, like, if you get overvalidated or undervalidated, that is an additional trauma. And so, like, I feel like if you were sexually assaulted, you would go to the police. But based on the video we saw, it was a very uncomfortable moment. It's like a form of voyeurism. And that's wrong. It's inappropriate. But it's not sexual assault. You know, it's very inappropriate. And it was very disgusting. It's gross. That's really what it comes down to.
SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like, what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that.
I don't think the energy is, like, there. Like, the problem that we're having with this is, like, She's coming at this with the energy that she was, like, violently assaulted, or that, like, she had her boundaries violated in some way. And I just don't think that's the energy that this situation needs to come at. This was an inappropriate, awkward encounter, is really what this boils down to. If it was sexual assault, I guarantee you probably wouldn't have your phone out to record it. As fucked up as that sounds.
Police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, like, it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if that there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out, or like his window with it out, or whatever. But it's like, come on now.
Like I said, it's inappropriate. It's extremely inappropriate, and that's gross. But it's not assault. That's not what sexual assault is. Like, that's not you're labeling it sexual assault, and it's like, that's very disgusting, and it's invalidating to actual survivors of sexual assault, no? Like, I can't be crazy for thinking that. This was very inappropriate, though.
Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered Doordash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering Doordash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism.
Yeah, it is voyeurism. That's inappropriate. But voyeurism isn't a form of sexual assault. Sexual assault would be like if he went up to you and like grabbed your tits or something without your consent. Or if he made out with you without your consent. We literally just did the Emeru TwitchCon situation, and that is a form of sexual assault. Non-consensual kissing. That's a form of sexual assault. If anything physical happens, that is a form of sexual assault. Voyeurism's not sexual assault. It's gross and it's inappropriate. And it shouldn't have happened. And like I said, if DoorDash stopped delivering food to his house, I would definitely... That would be fine. That would actually be a fair enough punishment, because what he did was inappropriate and it was very stupid and irresponsible. He probably got super drunk and he probably passed the fuck out, is what more than likely happened.
That is exhibitionism.
I will say, though, fucking filming him while he's, like, half naked and then posting it online is a little bit unhinged. It's like, that's, like... Come on. Like, obviously it's inappropriate, but you gotta... Why would you post it online? You realize that kind of fucks yourself over, right?
That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man.
Okay. No. That's not the energy you should be coming at this situation with, because you're making it sound like you were violently assaulted, and that's just not what happened. We saw the video of it. Just obviously it's uncomfortable and gross, but like, just stop. Like, I think you talking about this online is really not going to help anything. Just like, stop turning this into something that it very clearly is not.
Oh, and I forgot to say, the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor...
That's a good thing, right? Isn't that what police normally do in any, like, case like this?
That we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances.
The video I saw was censored, so it's tough for me to tell if he was actually fucking jerking off while, like, the door was open or whatever. To me, it looked like he was just passed the fuck out because he was drunk. And that's wrong, and that's inappropriate that you saw him in a very, like, that was naked. And that's wrong. It is wrong that you saw him that way. And I think that he just shouldn't be able to order DoorDash anymore. That would be, like, a reasonable punishment. That's wrong. But it's not assault. Like, we really have to stop coming at this with the energy that you were violently assaulted.
With your door wide...
Because you're really not making yourself look any better here.
...open regardless, because... Anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be...
Bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. When you say assault, you are doing such a disservice to people who have been through sexual abuse or sexual, like, assaults. And you have just given, like, dumb, red-pilled incels online more ammunition to say that women are fucking crazy and that women don't actually get sexually assaulted. You just gave them more ammunition by coming forward on the internet with making these videos.
a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim.
Okay, so one thing I think we need to understand is just because something is inappropriate doesn't automatically make it predatory. You know, having sex in public, that's super inappropriate. That's a form of voyeurism. That's not assault. Right? You see the difference? Is that it's very inappropriate. You know, talking about fucking shitting blood out of my asshole in public to a bunch of people. That's inappropriate. That's not assault. That's just very gross and inappropriate to hear. If it was assault to watch somebody that was like naked and drunk and passed out, it would be fucking assault to go on like a rooftop and then you are surrounded by like different apartment buildings and houses and you see a woman changing and she accidentally reveals her like boobs to you or something. Unintentionally because she's changing to herself and you accidentally look at it. That would be sexual assault by your logic here. Right? It's not. It's just a very inappropriate, awkward thing that happened. Alright, so we have a second video from this IRL monster high doll person. She's very visibly distressed, and this is her second video on the situation. I guess technically third, because her first video on the Doordash thing was taken down. It was deleted, so I guess we're gonna watch this now.
Hey guys, so Doordash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job.
Girl, you gotta stop calling it sexual assault. It was not a sexual assault. You gotta stop coming at it with this energy.
And they won't tell me why.
Because you posted a video of a guy that was like half naked, probably fully naked if I had to guess, live on TikTok. And so TikTok not only took down the video, but that could... It potentially... I haven't seen the video uncensored, and nor do I want to, so... But it could have potentially been a form of revenge porn. And even if it wasn't a form of revenge porn legally, you still... Like, that still looks bad for Doordash, and, like, I can see why they let you go, because the way you handled it was, like, not exactly the most professional way ever.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related!
We really have to say... So remember what I said earlier about not coming forward on the internet when shit like this happens? This is one of those reasons why you don't, right? I haven't talked about this particular reason as much on the channel. The reason being is that if you have a fucking job and you recorded somebody who was like half naked, drunk, passed out on their fucking couch, yeah, I can see why Doordash probably looks at that and go, yeah, we probably don't want somebody recording people that are half fucking naked working for us. I can kind of understand how that makes them look.
They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while
You were not sexually assaulted. Stop coming at it with this energy. You weren't assaulted.
Doordashing. They just fired me. And the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
Jesus Christ. TikTok has ruined a whole generation. I swear to fucking God, my generation got crippled because of fucking TikTok. The police did something. They just couldn't find any substantial evidence that you were assaulted. And then you came forward on the internet posting a video of a dude that was half fucking naked on TikTok. That's honestly unhinged as fuck, and it makes a lot of sense. And now you're having a meltdown online because you had consequences for how you reacted to the situation. And also, you were not sexually assaulted, so enough. You're coming at this with very disproportionate energy. Alright, we have the third video on this situation. Time to sue Doordash.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email, they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes. And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me with the reason I just lost my job.
Yeah, the reason you lost your job was because you recorded a dude half naked and posted it live on TikTok. That was your response to something, and DoorDash expects a little more professionalism than that. If you had a problem, you should have reported it to DoorDash specifically, which it sounds like you did, but then you went the extra mile to do that. And if you got the police involved, frankly, that's also fine if you truly believe something bad happened to you, but again, you were not assaulted, and we gotta stop coming at this with the energy that you were violently assaulted. Alright. This is her fourth story, I guess technically fifth, but fourth, called TikTok is silencing my essay story. Girl, you weren't sexually assaulted.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right?
No, your TikTok got taken down because you posted a video of a guy who was half or fully naked, I don't know for sure, and yeah. The TikTok has a zero nudity policy. It makes sense why your TikTok got deleted. It makes sense.
Video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what?
Because they probably use an AI detector and they took it down the first time. I don't know. I feel like it's commonsensical to know that you shouldn't post a video that has any form of nudity in it. I feel like that's commonsensical. The re-upload I visited was censored enough to the point where I think it's okay and that I'm probably fine to show it. But, like, it's just, you can't fucking be doing that. Like, that's a no-brainer on any social media platform except Twitter. I guess Twitter is kind of okay with it. But, like, you shouldn't, like, I feel like that's commonsensical for anybody making content, no?
If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th...
You weren't assaulted. We gotta stop saying that you were assaulted. That's so disproportionate to what actual survivors go through. It's very insulting. You've got to stop coming at it with this energy. Jesus fuck.
On Sunday. I then lost my job. The police are doing...
Yeah, because it's bad for DoorDash and it makes them look bad.
Doing nothing, and if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done!
I feel like her continuously talking about this online, I feel like she's traumatizing herself because she's genuinely convincing herself that something really awful happened to her, and I feel like her constantly convincing herself and her constantly talking about it online is going to be even more traumatizing than the actual event itself, and that's a real thing that psychologically happens. So I feel like by talking about it over and over again online, you're really gaslighting yourself into thinking a really horrific thing happened to you. You're making it worse than it actually is.
This is a man's world! I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim!
This woman is obnoxious. I'm sorry. Like, I know this might come across as me victim blaming, though there's probably no victim here. It's just this woman is expressing this in, like, one of the most obnoxious ways possible. And you're really not doing a good job of convincing people that you are victimized. I mean, most of the comments, from what I've seen, have actually been quite against you, so I feel like that is going to be an additional trauma for you to deal with. So have fun with that. Have fun with no fucking job. Am I supposed to feel bad for people like this who get themselves in these situations? Like, I'm not really sure what other response I'm supposed to say or give to somebody just being so obnoxious with a alleged essay that never happened, that we saw video proof of it not happening. Again, it's inappropriate, but that's different from something horrific and predatory.
And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were gonna have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
Okay, so you want to get paid for a alleged essay that never happened. You're coming at this with such weird energy. Alright, this is our penultimate TikTok. I guess we'll just watch what she has to say about it. I don't really know what else there is to say. Reaction. What happened to me? while I was doing my door dashing. I'm being punished as a victim by sectors involved right now. This is so disproportionate. The police, DoorDash, and TikTok are all punishing me, a victim. You weren't sexually assaulted. There's a reason why nothing is happening. It's because you weren't sexually assaulted.
October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a
No, you weren't. We saw a video of it. No, you weren't.
DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this.
It's really hard to feel bad for you that you got yourself in this situation. I gotta be honest. My patience grows so thin with some people that try to run a story that never happened.
Is chill as possible.
Because this is also just diminishing and insulting to actual survivors of sexual abuse and sexual assault.
To avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door, with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Yeah, and that's inappropriate. That's wrong. I agree. And he probably shouldn't be able to order DoorDash ever again. That's especially if you're expecting someone to come over with food, you should be decently dressed. It's normal. Here's the thing. When I'm in my house, I'm in my underwear. And I'm sure a lot of people are in their underwear because it's comfortable. You're in your home, and it's more comfortable to do that. Now, that's probably not what happened in this case. I saw the video. The dude was, passed out. He was probably fucking drunk. That's my guess, is that he was drunk, or maybe he, took too much drugs or some shit. Something happened where he passed the fuck out, and this door was already open. And it's inappropriate, and I agree that, he probably shouldn't be able to order DoorDash again. But the energy that you're coming at this with is so wildly disproportionate that it's hard for me to actually fucking give him any meaningful criticism. Any meaningful criticism he has is completely fucking shattered because of the energy that's so disproportionate that you're giving this.
I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer.
That's good. Wait, you said that DoorDash didn't do anything because you said you reported it. Something about the timeline's weird. Hold on a second. Yeah, I looked at her previous, her very first TikTok talking about this. She said she reported and nothing happened and that DoorDash didn't do anything and she wasn't sure about the process. None of this doesn't make any sense. Something about this really doesn't make any sense to me. Is she said earlier, I feel like that's a bit of a self-report in her narratives because she said in her first TikTok that she didn't report it because she wasn't aware of the policies of how DoorDash handles alleged sexual assaults. But now she's coming here saying that DoorDash banned the customer, which I agree with the latter of the decision, by the way. It's fine if DoorDash bans the customer. I agree with that. But this is disproportionate. I don't know. Something about the way she's retelling this is very off.
Days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated.
What the fuck else would it be? What else would you get banned for? You posted online this dude being half naked while you were on the job.
Appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing.
Yeah, because you weren't sexually assaulted. Yeah, did that ever occur to you? You were not violently assaulted. You experienced a very awkward moment of voyeurism that was very inappropriate and gross, and he should not be allowed to order DoorDash anymore. I agree with that punishment, but this is not assault. All right, this guy was probably half naked in his home, and everybody, I feel like a ton of people are comfortable being half naked in their own home, walking around in underwear or whatever. That's probably what happened. This guy probably got super drunk and he passed the fuck out, and it was just very inappropriate, and he should have acted more responsibly.
So what? So what? You're gonna take down my video?
I mean, it's the same logic of, like, if you get drunk and then you crash your car, get into a car accident, that's not an excuse. Getting drunk's not an excuse. If you get drunk and then you actually do commit sexual assault, getting drunk's not an excuse for that. Right? Same logic.
Videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also
That's your fault.
gotten assaulted, and the police
You were not assaulted.
are doing nothing to help me. So
Yeah, because you weren't assaulted.
let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Maybe you should shut up. Maybe you should stop talking about it so much on the internet. That's actually, like, unironically, that probably is a good solution.
down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No. I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the
I don't think that's the right call, but you're really shooting yourself in the foot here.
only justice I'm getting is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where.
Is it really worth it to lose your job to have people make fun of you online? Which I have seen nothing in the comment section supporting you. Like, everybody in the comment section has been making fun of you and have been laughing at you for this. You lost your job. Your TikTok is about to get deleted. You're about to have nothing soon, girl. And there's no one that's supporting you. Good. Was it all worth it? Was it all worth it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished.
Yeah, because you're stupid. Sorry. I know I sound like I'm being harsh, but, like, you kind of deserve to be told that you're being stupid here.
He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down, and why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim.
No, you're not.
I lost my job.
That's your fault.
I'm the victim.
No, you're not.
Right? Is this making sense to
No, it's not.
any fucking buddy?
No, it's not making sense to any fucking person with half a fucking brain. Alright, this is the last video she uploaded on this topic. Thank God, I was already burning out on this topic. I'm already, like, super bored. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, because we haven't gone through this for very long, but I just want to be done with this, because this just seems like such a fucking disproportionate energy situation. Oh, man. Okay.
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you
I haven't seen anyone give you support in the comment section. Maybe they did elsewhere, and I'm not seeing it, but I don't see any support that you've gotten.
shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard.
And that's also part of the problem, by the way, just to be clear. If what she's saying is true, that's a problem. That she's getting over-validated by a sexual assault that didn't happen whatsoever. That's a huge problem with coming forward about it online, is you gaslight yourself into thinking you went through something more traumatic than you actually did. And I think coming forward with this on the internet and talking about it this way was probably more traumatic than the actual event itself. You guys can call me crazy all you want, but I think that's likely that's a very reasonable conclusion to come to from this.
That's really helping me through this tough time, so I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages, that Doordash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once.
You lost your job because you posted a man that was half naked, and that's very unprofessional to do while you're on the job for DoorDash.
I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements. Like, literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me.
Oh my God.
So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together. That's the update.
Wow. Very inspiring, girl. You sure are doing a fucking good service to people who have been through sexual abuse and have been violently assaulted. Okay, I couldn't find DoorDash's statement anywhere. Shout out to successful_23386 on Reddit for reposting this. I guess DoorDash gave a statement on TikTok, so we'll just quickly read it here, and then I guess we'll close out the video. We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. That makes sense to me. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and had been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of policies. Bro, there's a reason why she didn't fucking show this statement. There's a reason why she didn't go into it. It's because she knows the reason she was fired, but she doesn't want to fucking show it here because she knows what she did was fucked. She thinks that they fired her because they were trying to silence an SA story, but that's not what happened at all. Oh my god. She's so full of shit. That is the sole reason this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers while we investigated. We also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations and we want every Dasher to know. If you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. Yeah, I mean, this makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, so a woman just came forward and gaslit herself into thinking something more traumatic to her happened than it actually did. So yeah, wow. That woman is very unhinged, clearly.